Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grummy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 5 of our federal Spring of 62 campaign in version 1.12. So as you can see, we are loaded straight into a battle map here as we were entering the second Battle of Washington. And we have one corps on the field under McDowell. That is our 4th Corps, going up against 2 corps from the Army of Northern Virginia. Polk and Hughie. And who are they under command of? Magruder. So they do have 2 entry points here. One here on the 7th Street Turnpike, the main road down the center of the map, and the Bladenburg Road also. So they got a couple of different approach paths to us. We have to defend Cableberry, Grammar Farm, and Oak Grove. So I set up a majority of my forces on the main road itself. The 2 infantry divisions, the 12th Infantry Division, and the 14th Infantry Division, with the 4th Artillery Division out on the flank. And I have left the 13th Infantry Division to watch the Left Fork Road, just in case they decide to make the approach up this direction. And the Pennsylvania regulars are just kind of sitting in the center. I can shift them either direction as necessary. And the engineers are going to be building some breastworks here for me, and then moving over this way to support the other division. So it's 1800 now, so we're definitely going to go into an overnight in less than an hour. So I'm going to get working on what I can work on, and I'll be back once the rebels finally approach us. Alright, it's 0800 of day 2. We do have the rebel side, cavalry brigade in the lead, infantry brigade behind. And they are from which corps? Polk's Corps. Okay, that's an interesting pathing choice. Okay. As long as I get out of the way before the cavalry shows up. Looks like they might all be converging on the center turnpike. Skirmishers, please should have these out already. I can't tell if they're attacking with both corps or not. I haven't seen dust trails for another corps yet. And these damn smoothbore muskets. Let's bring your battery back this way. see anybody on this road yet, but I'm not exactly willing to leave it uncovered as of yet. Skirmishers are doing some damage to that brigade. And here's some more of them. Okay, they're moving out on the flank. All right. May need to bring the other division in. Almost done with these walls. Almost. Alright, looks like they're redirecting infantry since I brought the artillery in. Okay, both corps to my front. Alright, I can bring that other division in safely now. Look, they may give us an opportunity to take down Pegram's battery over here at my cavalry. Up and finish that wall, Richardson. No, they are pushing in this attack now. Not really. Oh, there we go. As soon as they finish that last section of walk, I'll bring the division in right here and flank and rear attack on this flank over here. Boys are done. Let's go. Boys need to fall back faster, damn it. Yep, there they go. Yeah, they got more infantry back here. Eesh. one brigade might prevent me from grabbing up their artillery batteries. This one detachment's hanging in there strong. Oh, there they go. I had to open my mouth. They were really blobbed up on that one. Waiting for that cavalry to get in position so I can get those rear batteries. Ooh, almost 500 casualties in this brigade. I'm gonna end up rolling up my flank. That's not good. That infantry brigade is leaving. It doesn't look like the AI's noticed my cavalry brigade back there, which is good. And my flank's getting rolled up. Good, looks like another one of their brigades broke. Alright, regulars come in, let's get these batteries. They're rolling up my flank while I'm rolling up their flank. This is just interesting. They have us outranged. Look at that battery, boys. All right, boys, swing out. Where are these boys going? Come out with this brigade, please. Push out, boys. Stay out of that brigade that's chasing you. Let's go. Now get in there, boys. Take vengeance for your lost commander. You've just about broken them. There they go. Brigade stuck here. Someone told you to go shoot those boys. Looks like the Pennsylvania regulars have made up for the last fight. Only 14 casualties in this one. Speed this along now. And somebody gets wounded at the end of the fight. Who was it? Burnside. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we lost 2,762 of our 23,568 infantry, 14 of our 2,413 cavalry. Did lose 23 of our 32 guns, so they did take out 2 batteries. Total loss of 2,987 or 26,448 men. We took down 6,500 of their 37,000 infantry, 700 of their 3,000 cavalry, got all 40 of their guns. Total loss of 7,500 of their 40,000 man force. I'd say that's a good day's work. All right, let's save this real fast. And take a look at the paperwork. Pennsylvania regulars did 4 to infantry, captured 522. 64 to artillery, captured another 77. Total of 667 for the brigade. 1st New York Engineers did 124 to infantry. 13th Infantry Division, 4th Brigade did 246 to infantry, 34 to artillery, for total 281. 2nd Brigade did 668 to infantry, captured 171. 63 to artillery, for total 912. 3rd Brigade did 19 to infantry, 191 to cavalry, 72 to artillery, for total 284. Division total 1,477. 14th Division, the Militia Brigade did 447 to infantry, 130 to cavalry, for total 578. 4th Brigade did 593 to infantry, 77 taken prisoner, 2 to cavalry, total 673. 2nd Brigade did 799 to infantry, captured 29, 23 to cavalry, total of 854. Division total 2,105. 12th Division, 3rd Brigade did 283 to infantry, 119 to cavalry, for total 402. 4th Brigade did 757 to infantry, and 2nd Brigade did 654 to infantry, captured 3, 65 to cav, for total 722. Division total 1,881. The Artillery Division, 2nd U.S. Artillery did 9 to infantry, 8 to cavalry, total 17. 2nd Battery Fortress Monroe Garrison did 82 to infantry, 3 to cavalry, total of 85. Fort Jefferson Garrison did 81 to infantry, 12 to cavalry, for total 93. And 1st Battery, Fort Monroe Garrison did 43 to infantry, 34 to cav, 41 artillery for a total of 118. Division total 313. Not that great, but they were using 6-pounders. Let's see if we got any of their officers. We only lost Burnside in that fight. Ooh, we wounded Magruder, the army commander. Wounded Trimble. Killed Captain Robertson. Captured Lieutenant Colonel Walker. Wounded Cooper. Wounded Johnson. And wounded Pegram. Did pretty hefty damage to them. We did a lot better than I thought we would, to be honest with you. Once they started rolling up my right flank, I got really worried there for a second, but it all worked out. Once 13th Division got on the flank, it was kind of a foregone conclusion at that point once they started pushing in. I'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at Washington, D.C., or the Second Battle of Washington, D.C. The enemy reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,696 men. There are 931 killed, 2,719 captured. Our casualties total 2,987 men with 370 killed, 492 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 3,869 rifles, and 17 guns from the field, and sent 2,370. Nope, forgot, I got no prison camp, so we paroled 2,378 men, but that's just helps out the Confederacy a little bit more. Get that battle rolled off. So once again, a little recap of last episode. We've mostly been defending around Frederick. This is their second push into Washington, D.C. We're building up our forces in the Second Corps to take on the Confederate forces that have invaded Ohio. They really haven't done much out in the west yet, so First Corps is kind of spinning wheels right now. It is coming up in strength. They do have forces out here. They just really haven't used them too much. And we have also started our landings in Texas. So I've given orders for 5th Corps to move on San Antonio just to clear out of this area because we're not going to have enough supplies for everybody. He's already running out of supplies, which is why I'm moving him. So 6th Corps can complete the supply depot while they're getting refit. And the fleet I have dispatched, where is it? Still up this way. All right. That's going to be a while before it gets down to us. You know, I think it got slowed down because they went past Fort Macon and were bombarding it as they passed by. All right, we'll pause this one here, and I got to go recruit some viewer units and then add some things to the historical record, so I'll be back. Alright, we do have some viewer units here that I just recruited in, plus some things that we're going to read into the historical record for this campaign. If this stuff does not interest you, this is, once again, these videos are chaptered, so you can just skip ahead if you would care to. Alright, first up is the South Indiana Screaming Eagles under command of Lew Wallace, here for Andrew Singer. Next up is the Byzantine Vanguard under Deses Nola, there for Jace Bedley. Next up is the Iron Brigade out of Wisconsin under Carl Schurz. And finally, we have Caro's Dog Foxes out of Kentucky under command of John Croxton. Like I said, we also have some things to read into the record here. The diary entry here from Lieutenant Eli McKay, 79th New York Highlanders, Company B, dated October 2nd of 1861. It seems I must learn to swim. We have just received orders to pack our camp and move down to the docks. Guess we are invading the South by sea. Hope it is someplace nice like Mobile or New Orleans. Alas, I must pack my pet things. No one had prior word. It must have been a well-kept secret. A sailor's life for me, I guess. And a diary entry from Captain William Rhodes a Hawk of the Lake Erie Rifles, dated October 1st of 1861. I suppose we'll not be staying in New York for long, as we shall be boarding our ships to land in Texas. Hopefully the storm doesn't cross paths with our ships, as if it does, it is most likely I will die. And I do not want to die just yet. So have ourselves a letter from Sergeant Michael Wade. Dearest Abigail, we finally received our orders from command, though it's taken longer to assemble our unit due to most of our soldiers being spread between Texas and our beloved Kansas. Now that we are formed up, we are to link up with our general, the highly touted Grumpy Grandpa. Due to the experience of the drovers, scouts, and searchers that make up our units, our knowledge of the up-and-coming areas of operations has been deemed invaluable. As such, our unit has been placed at the tip of the spear, a position of great honor. Yet I fear moving this deep into enemy territory so far from supply or aid. We are told we're marching to the Gulf, where we resupply with our navies operating in the Gulf. So we are ordered, and so shall we obey. My dear, the time you hear from me, I shall be departing for our great march, and I cannot tell you when correspondence will be available to us. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. We have a wonderful commander in Sykes, and trust he shall bring us home safe. Await my return, and give the kids my affection. Your loving husband, Sergeant Michael Wade. And several diary entries here from the Pennsylvania Regulars. 15 September 1861. We have been ordered to the town of Frederick, Maryland to counter the Army of Maryland. My brigade has been ordered out ahead of 4th Corps to attack the scouts and to screen the infantry columns. It will be the unit's first battle in this war. 16 September of 1861. Time of 12:15. My scouts have returned, reported that they have encountered rebel scouts around 1000 this morning. I have sent my aide to camp to report the contact and the enemy's position. 16 September 1861, 15:20 hours. We have been ordered to cover the Army's right flank and scout for incoming rebel reinforcements. 16 September 1861, 1900. Orders have arrived and we are ordered to reconsolidate with the 4th Corps. We still have about an hour of daylight left, and I have ordered the men to ride west to cross the Potomac northwest of Sharpsburg. We should arrive at General McDowell's headquarters sometime in the night. 17 September 1861, 0800. We arrived at General McDowell's headquarters around 0200 this morning. I ordered the men to make camp and be ready for action by 0900 this morning. It has been many years since I saw action, but the jitters I am feeling are familiar. There's an air of excitement among the men. 17 September 1930. Saw our first action today. The men did well initially. We were ordered to charge a rebel battery this afternoon around 1200. Colonel Blake protested the command, telling the fool McDowell that there was rebel cavalry screening the guns, but alas, the bastard stood by his orders. Colonel Blake rejoined the men a few moments later, drew his saber, and ordered the charge. We made it to the rebel cavalry line, but the battery we were supposed to charge opened up on us with double canister, aimed right at the collars. Colonel Blake and over 100 other troopers were killed or wounded by the volley. I am now in command of the brigade, and we have set the task of reclaiming our dead and wounded. Lieutenant Colonel David M.C.M. Gregg, commanding. 20 September of 1861. Saw the paper today. Can you believe it? These Percy boys at the paper are writing ill of Colonel Blake, like they have seen the elephant. I have started drafting a letter to the editor of the Grand Herald telling him just how I feel about it. How can he speak so badly about a dead man? If anything, McDowell should be the one taking the blame. He ordered the damn charge in the first place. Would not listen to the men on the field, instead sitting in the rear with his staff. In other news, we have been ordered back to the fortifications around Washington. With the rebel army whipped, we are to resume our vigil. Lieutenant Colonel David M.C.M. Gregg commanding. Letter from Colonel Blake to Meredith Blake. My dearest Meredith, you are reading this, and I hope my last letter found you well, but I am gone now. I have met with the enemy and died serving the cause to preserve the union of this great nation. I want you to know that I died alongside my men and died facing the enemy. I did not run, and I was not a coward. I want you to know that I love you and all our children as well. Tell Sarah and Jane that their daddy loved them unconditionally, that though I have left this mortal plane, I will always be with them. When little Jack is old enough, tell him of me and how I miss him so. Tell the children that they can always find me. Simply look up at the stars at night. And I will be looking back. I must keep this short as I am writing this in the morning when we are boarding the trains to head south into Maryland. I love you, Meredith, with all my heart. Forever yours, George. Postscript, 2 October of 1861. Mrs. Blake, you have my condolences. I am rewriting this for George as the original was too damaged to send to you in your time of mourning. I have included a lock of George's hair for you to remember him. He was buried with full honors on the 18th of September, south of the schoolhouse, north of Shepherdstown, Maryland, in a marked grave. Know that he died leading his men into the enemy and with gallantry. Lieutenant Colonel David M.C.M. Gregg, commanding. I really liked that one. I don't know about the rest of you all, but I really enjoyed that, all those diary entries covering the battle and the post letter. Sent a little shiver down my spine the first time I read it. It's really how good it was. Alright, we don't have anything else happening for right now, so I'll be back with the next major incident. Alright, we actually managed to go the rest of the month without another combat here. It's now November 1st, so it is time for the monthlies. Alright, current rating of our nation is A-. Our debt increased by $75 million as we did cut another 3 bonds during the month, so it didn't really affect our current rating, so that's good. Current economy cycle is recovery. Wealth of our population is below average and decreasing, so it's not even recovery, it's getting worse. Tax revenues increased by $22 million. I highly doubt that. Last month, one building was constructing a hospital. It's still being built, and I'm upgrading the one at Washington, D.C. Total export volume last month was $471 million going out, with $416 million coming in. Average corporate production over the last 3 months was $533 million, a change of negative 23, and we're still lacking all the same things. As I said, you're never going to catch up on the shortages. It's a fool's errand to even try. Right now, Army up keeps running at $207 million. As soon as we can get the logistics reform, that should drop down. But we're spending $225 million more per month than we are actually bringing in. So things are going to be getting a little hairy for us moving forward. Intelligence. Rebels are currently working on a military 2. They've run out of troops to recruit. They've done Calvert Carbine's project. They have increased their relations with Great Britain and France to 30%. It was at 20%. They haven't recruited any more men and started building 16 more ships. I don't know why they keep building all these ships. Morale of Confederate armies is currently at 85%, a change of plus 4% recently. And they lost one officer, not even a high-ranking officer, but it says high-ranking, Captain Robertson. It says they're carrying out offensive operations, but we really haven't seen them move. Coming into strategy, national morale, ours is at 85 to their 93, support 87 to 91. Morale of the armies, 84 to 85. Ours is going to be dropping while we're in the southern states, and theirs will be dropping while they're in the northern states. Men fielded, we have 158,000 in the field to their 120,500. Tonnage-wise, their tonnage is coming up. They're now up to 37,000 tons. And we can quickly catch up with them, but we really don't need to right now. Battles won, 7 for us, 3 for them. The 3 battles they have won are all fortifications that they took. Total casualties, we're sitting at 19,000 casualties to their 35,377, so we're doing a lot of damage to them, much more than they are doing to us. And trade warfare, I'm not worried about. We are not partaking in it. Not much has changed on the map. No movements have happened up north, and the only change is 5th Corps has taken San Antonio, but they're going to be stuck here for a little bit as the readiness went all the way down into the red trying to get there. It was a hard march from Indianola to San Antonio. Our next action is probably going to be down over here at San Patricio, because we do have 2 Corps retreat south of us. So it looks like where they are. So as soon as this depot is done in one more day, I'll be ordering 6 Corps down to San Patricio to see if we can't engage that force, because they are larger than 7th Corps. I'm going to have 7th Corps operate down here to take down the forts, but we do have to remove these troops from the region first. I think that covers everything, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now November 10th, and the rebels are making another push on Washington, D.C. So once again, it's going to be our 4th Corps under McDowell with 22,944 infantry, 2,300 cavalry, and 18 guns, going up against the entirety of the Army of Maryland. With Wheeler's Corps, Jackson's Corps, and Hardee's Corps. They are bringing 36,703 infantry, 5,472 cavalry, 38 guns to the fight. So we are fairly well outnumbered in this battle. We are on the defensive, so we are definitely going to be taking this fight. Looks like they're going to have all their forces on the field almost immediately. So, I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the 3rd Battle of Washington, D.C. See, I already have my defenses set up here. We are defending the same 3 points that we had to defend last time. The rebels are coming in here from the Milkhouse Ford Road. And what's the name of that road? Pierce's Mill Road. So we can actually deploy pretty far forward here, but if you can see how this line flattens out, I do believe there's a core here with how that flattens out a little bit. So I think the majority of the troops are going to be coming in from this direction. So I have some of my defenses mostly for here. I don't think they're going to attack from here. So they're more than likely going to come along the Bladen's Mill Road and the 7th Street Turnpike again, but we'll see. So I do have the 14th Division and the 12th Division overwatching these 2 crossing points along with the Artillery Division, and the 13th up on the road with the Pennsylvania Regulars. Not the best defense in the world. I'm hoping that there is an attack from over here because I'll be able to beat that back pretty handily. If they come in from this direction again, I'm probably going to have issues no matter what I do. So, here's hoping. Hit play, and I'll come back in once we have sighting on the rebels. Alright, it's now 0900 of day 1. We do have the first rebel unit sighted. So there were rebels up here, but all the dust trails had them coming down this road here. I guess once they saw the defenses here, they decided not to even bother trying. And they are using the Blagden's Mill Road to come up in our direction. So I'd already started shifting our troops to a new defense line before I even saw these guys, so hopefully don't distract them too much and keep them from getting into position. $2,200-man cavalry brigade. That's pretty big. There's our 1st Infantry Brigade sighted. Talaferro's Division, Wheeler's Corps. Hope they didn't see me denude my defenses down here. Decide to send somebody this way. Finally perked up. Skirmishers out, please. Got to do that. Dal, you get behind the damn lines, will you please? Where the hell are you guys going? Sure you reroute any of these units. All right, doesn't look like it. So I didn't see any brigades do anything outstanding in the last battle to give them a name. Hopefully one of these brigades does well enough for me to name another one. Boys need to stay focused on these batteries. Ignore this brigade. Seems like they're going to ignore my flank division again. I'm okay with that. They ignore my flank division again, pushing a main assault on this line. Be able to outflank them again. Good amount of damage to Pickett's brigade with the skirmishers. Sherman, give me some skirmishers. We're going to take care of this battery over here. You're going to let me break them with skirmishers. I mean, come on. on, take out that battery, please. Oh, what do you... I did not order that, did I? A lot of orders going out. Broke that battery. It's reforming. Go hit him. Tyler, time to start bringing your division across. Troops that are coming down the road over here, probably the ones that started over here. It's going to start closing the distance now. Get the guns off the line, please. So I've actually started issuing rifled muskets out to everybody, but I've only made it as far as the first corps now outside of the viewer units. It's still going to be a while before these guys get any. So it is only taking 25 days for 10,000 to be made. Should be even less after the next batch. Let me click on them. There we go. Tyler's on his way. Very good. Look like they really want to attack. These guys are just advancing into us. So Cameron's brigade might be getting a name in this battle. The hell are these guys doing? Moving closer, boys. Come on. I think they're being distracted by that retreating unit. It's taking forever to move. Right, regulars. I think it's time to get mounted. The hell are you boys doing? Alright, I think it's time to end this. Because these boys charged into us and right through us. There you go. Stay on top of them, boys. Very good. Battle's almost won. What's this? Pemberton. brigade? Yes, it is. I gotta make sure I'm in between the fences before I go after them. Alright, boys, another chance to prove yourselves. Give me one volley, then we're going to charge in. We'll go get that dismounted cavalry next. They don't want to fight, do they? Nope. Alright, go get them, boys. Militia brigade, yeah. 500 casualties, and they're not a big brigade either, so. Good job, regulars. There you go. Alright, get in there. And I'm sure the rebels thought this was going to be a glorious attack on D.C. It's yet another glorious defeat for them. Keep their men dying in glory. Go. Alright, get that battery next. Gimmick just broke. Alright. So it looks like I'm going to be looking for a name for Cameron's brigade. Whichever brigade does the most casualties, it doesn't have a name, is going to be getting one. Yep. Regulars just broke. Damn it. You boys moving. guys stuck on the fence. All right, there we go. Where are those brigades that were right here? It's already fled away from us. Right, let's speed this along. You boys going. That went better than I thought it would. Even I was a little worried. Looking at the numbers disparity, I was worried, but they just sat there and let our skirmishers hammer away at them for so long. It just whittled away their morale. Almost about the same exact number of casualties as the last battle, too. So we took down 6,500 of their 33,000 infantry, 650 to 5,000 cavalry, got all 40 of their guns. We lost 7,500 of their 39,000 men. We lost 3,451 of our 22,940 infantry, 242 of our 2,387 cavalry, 3 of our 24 guns. Total loss of 3,741 men of our 25,683. All right. I don't think we lost any officers this battle. Let's take a look real fast. Tyler was wounded. I think that was it. And oh yeah, and he's a division commander, so it looks like someone's getting a promotion. All right. So we wounded Hampton, the army commander. Wounded Kershaw, captured Colonel Jackson, or Lieutenant Colonel Jackson. It's probably Jackson's cousin. Killed Lieutenant Colonel Scurry. And wounded Gladden and Lieutenant Colonel Walker. Man, we are making hay with their officer corps. All right. Pennsylvania regulars did 62 to infantry, captured 40. 98 to cavalry, captured 77. 20 to artillery, captured another 30. Brigade total 332. Engineers didn't fight. 14th Division. Militia Brigade did 249 to infantry, 49 to artillery, for total 298. 4th Brigade did 1,344 to infantry, 31 to cavalry, 3 to artillery, for total 1,382. 2nd Brigade did 925 to infantry, 19 to cavalry, 36 to artillery, for a total of 980. Division total 2,660. Right now, this 4th Brigade. Yep, that's Cameron Jr.'s brigade. So it looks like they're going to be getting a name. 13th Division, 4th Brigade did 444 to infantry, 6 to cav, 50 to artillery, for a total of 501. 2nd Brigade did 546 to infantry, 48 to artillery, for a total of 594. 3rd Brigade did 680 to infantry, 7 to cavalry, 71 artillery, total 761. Division total 1,856. 12th Division. 3rd Brigade did 449 to infantry, 92 to cavalry, for a total of 573. 4th Brigade, 550 to infantry, captured 38, total 603. 2nd Brigade did 563 to infantry, 275 for cavalry, 848 total. Division total 2,024. Artillery division, not as much as last time. A little bit of a lower number, but 2nd Battery did 27 to infantry, 1 to cavalry, 2 to artillery, total 30. 2nd Battery, Fortress Monroe Garrison did 111 to infantry, 2 to cavalry, 6 to artillery, total 120. Fort Jefferson Garrison did 60 infantry, 4 to cav, 19 artillery, total of 84. And 1st Battery Fortress Monroe Garrison did 44 to infantry, 2 to cav, 10 artillery, total of 56. Division total of 290. All right, I'll get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at the 3rd Battle of Washington D.C. with the Army of Maryland retreating in panic. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,370 men. There are 991 killed, 2,288 captured, and then paroled. Our casualties total 3,741 men, 542 killed, 557 missing, and the rest are wounded. We captured 3,844 rifles and 15 guns from the field. And Colonel Baker lost a face, so I gotta see who he was command of. I don't think anybody should have lost face in that battle, but it seems like somebody has to every time. Now let's get this one rolled off. Wait, no, pause it here. I got to figure out who's going to be taking Tyler's division. Let me find out that, and then I'll be back. All right, that didn't take too long. So Colonel Tyler has been replaced by Colonel Carter from the 1st Corps. Excuse me. And nothing else really appears to be happening on the map right now. Still trying to get 2nd Corps up to strength so we can push them in onto those rebels. And 7th Corps is on its way down to Texas, begin its siege operations. 6th Corps did move on down to San Patricio, but the rebels decided not to fight. So right now they only have 2,400 men. They are going up to 14,000, but that's still a drop in the bucket compared to my forces in the area. We have over 60,000 troops down in Texas right now to their 14,000, or what's going to be 14,000. They just don't have the troops to fight us down here right now. So, but we do have to get them shoved out of the way before they get those reinforcements, because that's more than 7th Corps can handle. But I do believe we are going to end this one here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I will oblige you on all counts if possible. And as always, comments. Please do keep them coming, and do not forget that like button if you are enjoying the series. And I will see you all in the next episode. Stay grumpy.